Hello friends, Tal here and welcome to another Legion Beta video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Vengeance Demon Hunter in a dungeon. Yes, I'm finally getting around to doing all the tank classes in a dungeon. I'm actually going to be doing Altharian's Lair today, which I haven't done before, so brand new dungeon. And we're going to be seeing how the Vengeance Demon Hunter handles this. Pretty excited. I gotta be honest, guys. I adore this spec. The more that I've gotten a chance to play with it, the more that I've seen the changes happening and everything, I have just nothing but the highest hopes for this spec. If I'm completely honest with you guys, it feels like the very first time I played a Brewmaster. Not in that it works the same way, because it doesn't. It works very differently, actually. Brewmasters, when they first came out, and something that I feel that they've lost in the transition to Legion, is the flow. Brewmaster was all about having all these spinning plates going at the same time that together worked to give you your mitigation, give you basically they all helped you be what you were. And I feel like in the transition to Legion, they've lost that. They don't feel the same way anymore. They don't feel as fun to play or anything like that. It makes me sad when I think about it. And to be honest, I'm still not super sure I understand the direction that they're trying to go for a Brewmaster. But I mean, to be fair, that's still more to come. So I have to try it out. But enough about talking about Brewmaster. I love the Vengeance Demon Hunter. I think that it flows well. I think that it has a lot of potential to be amazing and fantastic, and I like playing it. Now, what I'm going to be showing you guys here is basically I'm going to be doing this dungeon. I'm going to be talking about what I'm doing, what I'm worrying about, the things that I'm keeping my eye on. As you can see, I have a bunch of custom weak auras I've made. You will also notice that there's that little extra UI element right here that has like my name and then my HP and energy and all that kind of stuff. I can't remove that. So it's actually really nice that Blizzard finally added this, but the problem is because I have ElvUI on the Legion Alpha, it conflicts a lot with the UI elements that are in there because Alpha Beta is Beta, the Legion Beta I should say. It conflicts with the UI elements, so I can't turn that off. I shit you not, I was driving myself insane trying to figure it out. And I couldn't do it. It's not gonna work. But for the sake of me having a better way of tanking and actually playing the game and getting a real solid understanding of how it all works, I need add-ons. I'm not gonna lie, I am dependent on my add-ons. I am dependent on my Razor Naga. Without them, totally honest, I wouldn't be able to play at the level that I do. It's just the truth, and I'm okay with that. It's fine for me. But anyways, guys, today, as you can see, we're in Altharian's Lair. I've never done this place, so I have no idea what the fuck's going on. But I'm just going to be talking about the things that I keep an eye on. I'll talk about my weak auras at the end of the video. I just wanted to kind of give you a showing of how it plays right now. As far as talents, I've got for blade turning, which is really recently changed. When you parry an attack while Demon Spikes is active, you gain more pain from the next shear that you cast. It's fucking fantastic. I think with the rest of my talents unlocked, I'll probably be taking Fracture more often. But as of right now, it's really, really nice to use blade turning because you get so much more pain generation, and the spec feels so much nicer. You can see here I'm going to go ahead and put up a Demon Spikes. My pain is just maxing out. I was not getting this kind of pain generation when the spec first came out. If you guys remember that video, that was crazy. I remember being starved for pain, but now I'm swimming in it, and it feels good. Anyways, I don't really expect this to really be too difficult to do. I mean, these are just normal dungeons. They're not going to be too crazy. We're not doing any Mythic Plus shenanigans here. So it's not like I'm expecting to have too much of a hard time. But I did want to go ahead and just see what it feels like in a real scenario with people I don't know. I'm done tanking a random, dungeon and seeing how it plays. Now, again, my biggest issue when it comes to doing the low-level content for the Vengeance Demon Hunter is that I don't have all the talents. You just don't have them. And if I'm completely honest with you guys and with myself, it is unlikely I will be leveling any of the tank classes to 110 within the beta. Unless they do a character pre-mades at 110, I probably just won't have them. The reason for that is that I am not the type of person that likes to level in the game more than once. I love doing zones, I love the story of WoW, I love all of that, but one time. After that, I can't do it anymore. I get bored, I get antsy, it just bores me, and it's bad. I need to level 6 different classes to 110 ASAP when the game launches. Okay, that is a thing that I have to do. If I want to be serious about this job, or I should say, if I want to make this a serious job, if I want to be serious about this, then I have to do that. So, with all of that being said, um, I am going to be leveling them when the game goes live. Not so much here. I just can't do it. It's not good. So anyways, I just want to let you guys know all my impressions, everything is not complete on the Vengeance Demon Hunter because of course you need the talents. It's not going to be like the other tanks that are going to have all their talents available and only the traits won't be available. But even then, I think that there's still something good to know about this. Oh shit, I fucked that one right up, didn't I? Okay, well, let me solve this problem I just created. No, we should be fine. We're fine. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, I don't have to silence that guy. I'm gonna keep an eye out for those drums. But yeah, I mean, it feels good playing this. It really does. It's so once you get all the artifact traits, and that's a rant for a different time when it comes to every single one of the tanks. But this is unfortunately one of the tanks that is going to be very dependent on their artifact traits. This class will not be complete until you're not only level 110 and you have all the talents, but until you're able to get the majority, if not all, of your artifact traits. Everything feeds into each other. The fire damage that you deal will heal you. Popping into Metamorphosis every once in a while is a really big deal, especially with certain talents that you might take. All of this feeds together, and it's important to keep that in mind, because at the end of the day, even if you may not feel like it's very powerful when you're starting out, once you have that artifact trait maxed out, it's a completely different story, and it's very, very important to keep that in mind. I think one of the only tanks that isn't sort of dependent on the artifact traits is probably Protection Paladin, because honestly, almost all their artifact traits are pretty shit. And I think Guardian Druid. Guardian Druid just gets better with the artifact traits, but it's not required. You don't need it to see the real meat behind the spec. Versus here, you need to have those abilities so that you can see all the really cool shit that Vengeance Demon Hunters can do. I really wish I had a stun right now. See, if I was two more talent tier 3. No, if I had Fell Eruption, my bad. If I had Fell Eruption, I could do that, and I could stun that. But, anyways, guys, what I'm keeping track of is I'm making sure that I manage my pain correctly. I have a tracker for my Razor Spike, so I have that up. I'm making sure I'm using Emulation Aura on cooldown. I use Sigil of Flame when there's AoE and, when I can spare the cooldown. You want to use it all the time, but I'm just spamming Shear and other things. It's always good to have, but especially in AoE situations. I'm keeping Razor Spikes up when I'm tanking multiple targets or when I feel like I'm still having to deal with a lot of damage. You don't need to have it up all the time, but it is important to keep it up when you're tanking multiple things. Keep it up when you're tanking things that could hurt your face. I have a little tracker there for my soul fragments, and basically all I'm doing, it's very, very simple. I'm just making sure I use my pain generating abilities, and then I use Soul Cleave to heal myself and keep myself up. In dangerous situations, I pop things like my Soul Carver, which is basically just going to heal you. It's not damage reduction. It just gives you some healing because it gives you some souls. And then you pop Demon Spikes for when you're trying to reduce the damage, and Empower Wards for when you're trying to reduce the magical damage that you're taking. It's very, very simple. Okay, honestly, it is simple. Without the rest of the talents, it's very, very easy going, which is nice, which is fine. I wish I had all the talents so I can go ahead and really get into it in the different combinations that you can do. But I'll take what I can get. I'll take what I can get. The truth of the matter is, like I said, I'm not realistically going to be able to level this on here because it would drive me insane to then go back and do it on live. And I already know that when live comes out, it's going to be difficult as is for me to do this. So I just decided I'll just focus on this. Yeah, that's my story and I'm going for it. But anyways, guys, I'm just keeping track of my party here. I have no real way of helping them, if I'm completely honest. So I don't worry about it too much. But I like to keep track, for example, of my healer, their mana, all that kind of stuff. Basic tank stuff. I'm not talking about anything that's new or different. So I'm just gonna keep talking about the Vengeance Demon Hunter. Overall, it boils down to a very simple thing when you're just tanking multiple mobs here. We're not doing a boss fight, so I don't have to worry about using my cooldowns correctly. I haven't used my Metamorphosis. I haven't used my Fiery Brand yet. I haven't felt threatened at any moment thus far. Let's see here. Let's see if we could do a biggish pool. I just used my throw glade, but let's do this. Then let's do this. Then we're gonna do this. Then we're gonna do this so we can pull everything in the middle. So I missed that one over there, but that's fine. So we're gonna soul carver here just so I can get the extra healing. Demon spikes up. Gonna pop our immolation aura. We're just gonna keep shearing. We have a bunch of soul fragments around. Just gonna take all that healing. We're gonna keep doing all this. We're gonna razor spikes again. We have we're tanking a lot of things, which means we're going to get a lot of procs on our blade turning, and should be pretty good. I don't know what he's saying thanks for, but you know, you're welcome. Random DK. Immolation aura again. That's something important to keep in mind. Immolation aura does generate you pain over time. It is a fantastic ability for damage, for AoE, and for generating that pain. So make sure you're using it on cooldown. Shear, of course, is your filler, as you should know if you've been following in my videos. You basically just spam it when you don't have any other important high priority thing to do. Throwglaive has a cooldown now, but does a little bit more damage. Inferno Strike, which is the leap, is just so much fun to use. Just gets you around everywhere. This is a boss, so I'm going to smack him in the face. Not pushing me back. Razor spikes. Oh, he sundered me. Okay. Well, I used the razor spikes before I was... Technically when I should have, but I didn't know I was going to need it. So, I'm okay with that. So he does sunder pretty often. Let's go ahead and throw a soul cover out. Let's get some damage out on him. Let's put down our Sigil of Flame. Let's put our Immolation Aura. If I remember right, these things like spam, or these things like crash into you or something. Screw it, let's pull him too. Doesn't even matter. I'm going to put a fiery brand on him just to make sure he doesn't do too much damage to us. And then I'm going to focus down this guy. Yeah, so it's all pretty simple. I mean, obviously, again, because I don't have all the talents, I can't show you the really cool Fell Blade. And, you know, you get even more pain generation with that. At that point, I think if you were going to spec into Fell Blade, which is the next talent tier that I'm not at currently, I think you would then take Fracture instead of Blade Turning because you don't need that much pain generation. You're then going to be wanting to start getting other fragments. If you notice, I'm actually not spawning that many soul fragments, which kind of sucks. But I'm getting healed just from... What the hell just happened? Oh, okay. I'm getting healed just I immediately lost it. Oh my god. I know I need to track these, but I can't believe that I immediately lost the one that I was trying to follow. Let's just blow this one up, see what happens. Soul Cleave does heal you. It also pulls in the soul fragments, so even without having soul fragments around, you do get some healing. Obviously, the big 5 soul fragment. Oh my god, I was fucking right. This is why you guys watch my videos, because I'm just that good. I'm just gonna give myself a little bit of positive reinforcement and say that I'm just that good. But yeah, I mean, it's all pretty easy. It feels good. It feels good to play it. For me, I've always been the type of person that once I have everything, I am dead. Yes, I am dead. I saw a line on myself. I had no idea what that was, and then I died. But that's okay. I'm gonna get res. I've always been the type of person that I need the add-ons to set up kind of... I set up my weak auras so that I'm tracking what I think is important. And I'm tracking very specifically the things that I care about knowing. For example, I'm going to track the duration of Razor Spikes, or Demon Spikes, but not the duration of Empower Wards. Why? Empower Wards is probably going to be used at very specific moments for magical damage, and I probably won't care about when it drops off, if I'm being honest. During some fights, maybe. But for the majority, not really. So I track Razor Spikes because I want to know when that's going to drop. That's more important to me. It has a very tangible benefit because it's just reducing my physical damage, and that's the majority amount of damage that you're going to be taking. So as you can see, I'm tracking not only the charges and how long to another charge, but I'm tracking the actual time that it's up. I'm tracking my immolation, I'm tracking the soul carver, as well as my pain. If I could get rid of that thing right there that says my name, I would, but god damn it, I don't know how to, and LVUI conflicts with the UI elements. And this is just the price I have to pay. And I'm tracking my soul fragments because I want to know if I'm about to have too many of these, especially once you talent into Fracture and you start spawning 2 of them for 40 pain instead of using Soul Cleave. It's definitely something you don't want to waste. So let's keep moving through this dungeon. Hope you guys are seeing just how much of an easy time I'm having. Again, this dungeon is probably really easy. That's not what you should take from this video. I just want to show you guys in a realistic setting what it's like tanking with this. I want to show you guys the tools that I have available to me, the things I'm watching, the things I personally care about and think are valuable to have tracked. That's the point of this video. I've already spoken about how the spec works. I've spoken about the artifact traits. I've spoken about my thoughts on everything. So now it's time to put my money where the mouth is, or put my mouth where my money is. Fuck, guys, I sound retarded sometimes when I'm doing this. Put my money where my mouth is. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to get into the habit of talking and having a conversation by myself as I sit at this computer playing this game. It's going well. I just sometimes clusterfuck myself, as you can just tell. But yeah, that's what I wanted to show you guys. I just want to show what it's like in a real world scenario, how it feels like when I'm playing this. As you can tell, you could probably tell just from my voice and how I'm playing that it feels good. It just fucking feels good. It's so nice. I feel so sad when I think about the state of the Brewmaster Monk. Not because it's bad. I don't think it's going to be bad. I think it's going to be fine. But it plays so differently from what I remember. So differently from the joy that was Mop. The sort of difficult to swallow WAD change, but with the cheat explosion that was pretty nice. But I remember when I first played the Brewmaster Monk, it was such a beautiful combination of elusive brew, one guard charge, your blackout kick, you're trying to keep shuffle up. It felt good. It did. And I kind of feel like that here again. Everything flows together. Everything is a part of itself. I mean, the Immolation Aura giving you damage and fire. The Sigil of Flame giving fire damage. All of it mattering because you're going to be healing for a little bit of that fire damage later on. Just the fact that your Shear is going to be giving you a bunch of pain that you're then going to be even having to choose to heal yourself or talent into other things that use your pain that give you more soul fragments or do a bunch of damage and do a little bit of healing. I fucking love this thing. Now, whether it's going to be viable, at the... How close do I have to be to this fucking thing? Okay, there we go. Whether it's going to be viable at the mythic level, whether it's better than Guardian Druids, all that, I think I have more fun playing this than I do a Guardian Druid. I like it more than I like Guardian Druid, but I think Guardian is still stronger. So if you're looking for just the strongest thing, I'm going to go ahead and pop Power Awards right now. If you're looking for just what's the strongest thing whatsoever, I still think that you have a better luck with the Guardian Druid. Why can't I taunt this? Oh, because he's eating it. Shit. Oh, okay, I get this. We gotta kill these things so he doesn't get stronger from it. In terms of what is actually going to be the strongest, I think Guardian Druid still is way ahead. But honestly, I can see so many situations where just the tool set of the Vengeance Demon Hunter. Remember that they're the only other tank class besides Blood DKs that have Gorfiend's Grasp. They have an AoE Silence and can reset those two sigils that they have, because it's two additional sigils that they have. They can reset that every once in a while. I am being eaten. I'm going to die. Yeah, I'm dead. I think I was paying attention to what I was saying instead of paying attention to what I was doing. It's not good. We do have two Blood DKs. Hopefully they can battle res. Res, please. Please. DKs. Please. Please battle res. Please. 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 Yes! He battle resed us. Okay, let's make sure we don't fucking do that again, because that was bad. I think this might be it for this boss encounter. I can try to win, but it's going to be difficult. I don't really know what it is that caught me that's what caught me the first time. That's what caught me the first time. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and try that again, because that was bad. Fucking worm ate me. So this is where I tell you all that this is my first time in here. Let's go ahead and get back to that area. But the point of what I was trying to say was that you can very easily tell that it's something that I really enjoy. I enjoy the way that the class plays. I think that it has a very good future for it. I think that it's mechanically, it's working right. They finally, tweaked it the right way. I remember my very first impressions of Vengeance Demon Hunter. I was like, oh my god, this is awful. It had like 4 buttons. They were super clunky. It didn't flow at all. Pain generation was just abysmal. But it's gone up. It's been really really helped out. It's doing a lot better than I was expecting it to. Let's take the chest here. Okay. You guys can't see chat, but they want to take a chest. So let's go look at a chest, whatever the fuck that is. I don't see a chest, but I'm going to believe you and I'm going to follow you. Or I'm going to go where you want me to go so that you can follow me there. As you can see, I've died twice now, just to me not knowing what the fuck's going on, and to mechanics that are basically like one hits. So it's a devour. It was the thing with the arrow on my head that like obliterated me. But as far as actual damage that I'm taking and how I'm faring with the healer and everything, I'm doing fine. I'm doing a significant amount of self-healing, and I'll actually show that right now. See, if you can see here, I'm doing a lot of AoE damage, but tanks have always done a lot of AoE damage. If you look at healing, I'm doing a significant amount of healing, and most of it's from Soul Cleave, not consuming souls necessarily. So I'm very, very positive, and I think it's just good. I think it's just good. The Vengeance has a very positive thing going for it right now. I'm happy with it at least. Oh my god, DK that puts on frostwalking when we actually need frostwalking. Take me now. Have my babies. Did I get the chest? I should have gotten the chest. Yeah, it's gone. Okay. It's just some order resources, which I'm not even going to worry about right now because I know that I'm going to hate it as soon as I'm doing it for 6 different characters. Yeah, I'm going to like the lore. I'm going to hate everything else. So I'm going to try to make sure that I'm paying attention to whatever the fuck murdered me because I don't want to die like that again 3 times on this video because then you're all just going to stop listening to everything I say, right? That's how it works. But let's go kill this shotworm. Very, very floaty. Just give me like 2 seconds. Also, I want to say, Demon Hunters don't get shit for trinkets during the starting experience. It's fucking awful. I want trinkets so bad, but unless something drops or I get something out of fucking a quest or something, then yeah, it's not going to be good. So he's going to call minions. So let me actually look at my DBM tracker. He's going to call minions. He's calling minions. Let me back up because I'm kind of terrified of him, if I'm being completely honest. I'm a little bit scared of dying again. So he's auto-attacking me, so everything's fine. Killing his minions, blah, blah, blah. Ah, fuck you. Rancid Maw. Okay, Toxic Wretch. Is it Spiked Tongue? Is that what it is? I have to believe it's Spiked Tongue. I mean, it has a giant skull in it, so it makes me think that, yeah, that's what's going to murder me if I don't pay attention to it. So it's about to pop. Let's get the fuck away. Is that what it is? Did he actually get someone? No. What? What am I even supposed to do? How am I supposed to deal with that? What am I missing here? Oh my god, I'm just gonna kill this guy. Fuck him. I mean, if we're being serious, I can open this, and then I can go over here. Run away from whatever the fuck when she starts casting it. Okay. So I'm gonna run away. If it kills me again, I just give up. But it really should. I mean, this looks bad. Okay, I am running away. I'm running the fuck away from this bitch. Okay, nothing's happening. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Stay the fuck away from me. Casting it, she's casting it, she's casting it. Oh, okay. Well, jeez. If only I would have fucking figured that out a little bit sooner, I would stop looking like a goddamn retard, right? Let's finish this bitch. But yeah, besides me just failing at mechanics that I don't know about because, I don't know about them, I have a lot of fun with this class. I do. And I think that it's It could use one or two more defensive cooldowns, possibly. But the problem is because you're able to pop into Metamorphosis form randomly, I think that that's a reason why they can't give it too much power because then it'll be overpowered. Um, this is actually a problem that I think a lot of the tank classes have, and just a lot of classes in general have. They're very reliant on the artifact traits being maxed out to be whole. I hate it. I understand why it's like that because it's never actually just bonuses. No, it's expected as a part of the whole gearing process and the balancing process. Um, but it does kind of feel like a disconnect at times. So let's go ahead and do this last boss, the Under King. So let's throw my glaive. Oh my god. Okay. Um, Apparently you want me to go this way, so let's go this way. I can't believe we already have ways to cheese this place, just like Everboom, because holy fucking shit. Why does this keep happening in fucking Blizzard dungeons? There's a lot of shit. I can sort of understand why he wants us to pass it, but at the same time, I am trying to show off like this really cool video of me just being a tank. I'm going to like fuck that up if I stop gliding. Okay. Come on. I'm waiting. Come on, Mr. Priest. You're keeping me alive, so I'll do what you want. Don't die. Don't die, Mr. Priest. Oh, delightful. This doesn't do damage. That does. Oh shit, that does. So what? We literally just passed the boss? Like what? It's kind of lame. That's pretty funny actually. So if you get close to them, they knock you back. Okay, well let's kill this shit. But yeah, I mean, it's like I said before, I can't give you a super complete way of how it's going to work because the truth is I don't have all the talents, okay? I'm being super honest with you guys. I don't feel that there's a reason for me to lie and say that, yeah, this is the final complete view of what it's going to be like. No, because I'm missing a significant amount of talents. And all the talents are going to do is make me stronger and give me more things to worry about and watch. So it's a little disingenuous to say that, yeah, it's so simple and it feels so good and everything's so smooth. Fuck. They just pulled the boss. Okay. Okay. Maybe we'll be okay. I know that he uses the entire room. That's the only problem. Holy shit. I know that he uses the entire room in this fight, though. That's my... Oh my god. Fuck that. We're going Metamorphosis right now. Demon Spikes. We're going to Emulate. And we're going to spam Soul Cleave because we're capping out on this. We're... Fiery Brand. Holy shit. Let's pull him back over here, but make sure that he's facing away from everybody. Crystal Spikes. It's gonna hurt. Obviously, once the actual game goes live and I'll be, understanding how everything works more, I won't sound like such a noob when I'm trying to show you guys some videos. But, it's alpha's alpha. I'm fucking around. I'm trying to enjoy myself. That hurts. Whoop, pop a defensive, pop Soul Carver. We need to get some heals going on. I don't think I can actually get aggro on him because I have him taunted, but he's just running around. So I think it's one of those things where people just have to deal with it. Crystal Spikes is going up. Landside's going up. Okay, so we're gonna Demon Spikes that. Heal ourselves up. Some extra pain. Emulation Aura. Soul Cleave away. Yeah, I mean... I always feel like I have an answer to the problems when I'm playing this class. I feel like they don't have a lot of different cooldowns, like defensives, but the ones that they do have are on short enough cooldowns that you feel like you do have a lot of them. It kind of sucks that Razor Spikes doesn't reduce all damage anymore, but I mean, it was probably a little too strong. We're just going to move over here. We're going to take barely any damage. We're going to put down a Sigil because fuck him, that's why. And yeah, I mean, just smooth sailings for days. Just feels good. It just feels good, guys. And just knowing that all of this will lead into each other, that it's all going to connect so well later on, it does give me that I guess I want to say that excitement for when I do get higher in my levels, when I do max out my artifact. I'm going to have all those traits. I'm going to be healing for all the. Oh shit! I probably almost hit some people. I'm going to be healing for all the fire damage I deal. I'm going to have all these options. I'm going to be popping into Metamorphosis randomly, which if I take a talent later on that gives me Leech is going to be a very substantial survivability boost. And I really like that. I like knowing that that's what I have to look forward to on Vengeance. I like knowing that I have that strength in this spec, and ultimately that's what I want to get across when I'm doing this. So as you can see here, we did a decent amount of damage. That guy died super early on, so I have no doubt that they would have probably beat us in damage. Most of our damage is coming from Emulation Aura, but I did take a talent that's increasing the damage that does. Soul Cleave is another one, Shear is another one, Tax, Sigil of Flame, Soul Carver, Firebrand, Infernal Strike. If you can see here, our healing, we're doing a decent amount of healing. Obviously not the most because we have a healer who actually knows what he's doing. But you can see here very clearly that Soul Cleave does a lot of healing and Consume Soul, which is what you're absorbing the soul fragments. It's not necessarily the most healing that you're going to be getting. The soul fragments, you have to keep in mind that they're spawning. You have to keep in mind that you have ways to spawn them. But Soul Cleave does heal you. So you need to use it to heal yourself. And the soul fragments is just going to give that little extra benefit to it. So again, I just want to mention, during this run, I had Blade turning on, giving me a bunch of extra pain. I took it instead of Fracture because, to be honest, pain generation until you get like Fellblade, kind of sucks, so it's not the best. So having Fracture wouldn't be the best thing, honestly. It wouldn't make it feel as smooth. And then I took Agonizing Flames because if we're doing a dungeon, everything can be stunned, so I'm not going to be getting the damage bonus from here. I'm going to let these guys walk off. I'm just going to finish off the video real quick. Just give a couple last things I want to talk about. So Agonizing Flames because it's going to increase my move speed and it's going to do increased damage. So let's go ahead and pop out of this dungeon. That nice new loading screen for Legion. Always good. And essentially, I just want to go ahead and give you guys a quick little rundown of my weak auras. As you can see, I am tracking on my Vengeance Demon Hunter as of right now, without all the rest of the talents. I want to know how many souls I have, soul fragments around me. I'm tracking my pain generation, a little bar that I made. I'm tracking the cooldown and the ready status of abilities. So, for example, Demon is it Demon Spikes? Yeah, Demon Spikes. For Demon Spikes, I am tracking the charges in this little bottom corner, and then I'm tracking how long for it to recharge. This will always show. It will never go away because I'm always going to be showing the recharge rate of it. And it's important for me to know how many charges I have when I can be expecting another charge. Now, as you can see here, I have two emulations. One is a weak aura that appears once it's ready. Another one is a weak aura that appears when I have about 3 seconds left on the cooldown, because I want to preemptively know that it's going to be popping up, and then I want to be able to work myself into a situation where I use it and get the maximum benefit from it. Same with Sigil of Flame, Firebrand, and Soul Carver. Now, I didn't, again, show Empower Wards because, honestly, when you're trying to keep in mind an ability that reduces magical damage, maybe not in dungeons and challenge modes, things like that, but in a raid situation, you're using it on very specific moments, and 20-second cooldown, you'll have it for every time that you need it. You don't have to worry as much for that. It's one of the reasons I track my guard, but I don't track it in the way that I track the Demon Spikes, which I should, but I get kind of lazy about it. I don't really need to think about it because I have it all the time for Expel Harm. I don't track Throw Glaive because you just kind of throw it out. I don't track my Interrupt because you kind of have a good rhythm for when you're going to interrupt. And I'm not tracking Metamorphosis because 3-minute cooldown, or Darkness because 3-minute cooldown, because it's such a big cooldown. I don't feel like I need to track it as much. I'm using them in specific moments or oh shit moments, and I'll always know when I can use it. I'm not tracking Infernal Strike because, again, it's Heroic Leap. Use it to get into or back to situations, not so much rotationally. And as you can see here, I said again that I was tracking the duration of Razor Spikes Demon Spikes being on me because I want to keep in mind that basically that time period that I have to proc my Blade Turning talent so that I can get the extra pain generation. So I mean, fun class overall, fun spec. It feels good to play it. I wanted to show you guys a real-world dungeon scenario. Again, sadly, I don't have all the talents. If I just want to go real quick, talk about the talents that I would take, I'm very much leaning towards doing Fellblade in this specific tier, or going for Soul Barrier. Soul Barrier is the more tanky choice so that you're getting more healing, you're getting an absorb shield if you're at full health. The only problem with this is it has to be when you're at full health. When you're in a raid situation or with a good healer, you'll probably be at full health more often. But tanks aren't really designed to stay at full health for very long in Legion. You're going to be bouncing back and forth. They say that they're going to make damage not be bursty. Who knows if that's going to happen? But Last Resort is very, very powerful. Last Resort is Purgatory. And Purgatory is taken almost all the time right now in raids because it's so powerful. Fatal damage puts you in Metamorphosis and returns you 30% health, and it can happen every 3 minutes. That's amazing. Okay, Metamorphosis gives you so many benefits. Metamorphosis gives you Leech if you go for one of these talents for Soul Rending. Metamorphosis is a big deal. So having this as a really big oh shit cool all shit ability, having this to give you extra to make sure that you're never wasting soul fragments, and then Fellblade, if you take Fellblade, it's going to give you 20 pain every time you use it, and Shear can reset the cooldown. The cooldown's not even that long. So instead of taking Blade Turning, you can take Fracture, and now you're using your pain to cause more soul fragments to spawn instead of doing a soul cleave, because you want to have more fragments so that you can manage them. So if I had this unlocked, I would probably take Fellblade and Fracture. I would take the same talent here. Level 104, I don't think Spirit Bomb has been tuned properly yet. So I would probably be taking Etched in Blood or Soul Rending. Just kind of depends on if I want my sigils up more often or if I'm just tanking normally, which once you're popping in and out of Metamorphosis with the artifact trait, you'll probably just want to take this. Then I would probably go for Feast of Souls. Burning Alive is good for AoE, but in dungeons and things like that, I mean, Fiery Brand, it'll spread, but it's just not going to be as much because it doesn't spread forever, and it spreads with the cooldown that it has, and it only lasts for about 8 seconds, so it's not going to be that crazy. In Concentrated Sigils, I think that breaks the entire point of Sigils, being able to put them whenever you want. So I'd probably be going for Feast of Souls. This tier, I've already stated my opinions on it. This is really good for dungeons, but probably Brand of the Hunt just because, nothing else really matters. This is good for CCing a giant pack of people for a long amount of time, but this is just for teleporting. And then at the end you have Feed the Demon, just giving you more demon spikes, or Fell Devastation because you're going to have eye beams, but as a Vengeance Demon Hunter. It's really cool. Overall, I love the spec. I love the way that it's turning out. I love the way that it feels to play. I honestly think this is my favorite of the Legion tanks, and it doesn't surprise me. I always loved the concept of Demon Hunters. I think that they've nailed the way that they play. I don't think they're stronger than Guardian Druids. Let me be clear. I do not think they're stronger than Guardian Druids. And they don't have the myriad of cooldowns and abilities that Protection Paladins have. But I personally have the most fun playing this spec. And I wouldn't be surprised if this was my main going into Legion. Right now, I'm pretty much balancing it between Guardian Druid and Vengeance Demon Hunter. Guardian because it fucking has every tool imaginable. And Demon Hunter because I fucking love it. But anyways, guys, I hope you liked the video. This has been my quick little dungeon playthrough of the Vengeance Demon Hunter. If you did like it, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you want to go ahead and support me on the channel, there should be a little thing on the side where you guys can support me with fan funding. You guys can like the video if you like it. All that shit. If you guys like it, just subscribe. You'll see more videos. I'm going to be doing a nice little dungeon video the way that I've done it now. I'm just kind of talking about the way I feel about it, the way that it plays, things that I'm watching, things that I'm tracking. So you guys can kind of get an insight into my head and the way that I'm playing and thinking when I'm in dungeons. Thank you for watching this. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to hear me talk, listen to me say things, and watch me play. Have a fantastic day.